Well, it's Sunday the 22nd of September, just after noon. My bride had to work yesterday, so we got down there late last night. And we had a cold front come through, and it looks like we have an inch and a eighth of water in our rain gauge. You can see some of the tomato plants, the cherries, are drying up. And that's from the early rains of losing the roots, I imagine. And I'm going to have to get in there and pick some because some of those big old battle boys should be getting ripe. The plum tomatoes are still producing. And they're over my head, and I'm 5'11". The better boys are starting to put out a little bit bigger tomatoes. It's getting a little crowded in here because I haven't had time to tie them up. And that's a nice sized better boy. There's some nice better boys in there. They've reached the top, and this was a big gap between this pole after it leaned over here, and I couldn't bring it over there, so I'm just letting it train back down. It might be to the ground if we have a frost in early November, hopefully. So you can definitely see that the rows are getting crowded with all this extra growth at the top. Cherry tomatoes are still setting fruit. This is that one that we were going to get about 300 off of. I picked them Thursday, and but you can see where some of them are dying. We're not quite tired of eating cherry tomatoes yet, but we're getting there. And here's another better boy that's the size they ought to be. In my hand. Most of them have been small, and they're loaded up in here. We got plenty of them growing. See here? I mean, it's 10 or 12 right there. And that one's splitting off. I'll pop it right now because we had all that rain last night. We got down there late, so I couldn't come out here and pick them, but I got to get them today. Even if they're not all the way red, because they'll split open. Here's a very healthy cherry tomato plant. There's another better boy loaded up. And even at Rutgers have reached 8-foot top of the poles. But they've all been small. And this little plant down there is still producing. I told you that you could probably get 100 tomatoes, 100 cucumbers, off of this. We've probably gotten about 40 off of it. It got a little bit of disease from all the rains. But they might make it. The stems are still green. See the peppers that are red, we don't pick them green so we get less peppers, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 red ones right there. You can see we had a lot of water in the melon patch, and I'm going to have to punch some holes in this plastic to drain it out. And you can see the okra that I pruned is short, and the okra I didn't is tall. And some of those I pruned have up to 5 or 6 branches on them, and we'll be picking 5 or 6 okras at a time off of it instead of one. Well, this is what we picked on Saturday the 14th, late in the afternoon of September. A few more Romas, a few more cucumbers, probably the last market more. Cherry tomatoes, I probably threw away 25, 35 of them because we had an inch of rain. And some okra. Well, today's Thursday, the 19th of September. This is what I picked when I went down to water today. I gave away 8 tomatoes to a neighbor down there before I came home. They're better boys mostly, and they're Romas. And here's some cherries. And I got a fairly large bag of beans there, and more like a half a bag there. And the cukes still haven't given out, but they're getting fewer and fewer. And I got some okra and 1 squash we overlooked the other day. And look, this old big squash, we like it because see, you can push your fingernail in it. You can push your fingernail in it, it's still tender to eat. that's it for today. Well, it's Sunday the 22nd of September and the better boys are getting bigger. That's my hand. Not too bad. This cracking comes from cool weather and warm weather and cool weather and warm weather, and we've had it's been as low as 43 degrees. It's starting to split. These splits here are simply from all that rain we got last night, 1 1/8 inches. And if you don't use that right away, it's going to go bad on you. I picked that one because it's a little green, because it won't be back here for a few days and it'll be busted open and it won't be worth eating. But they're at least getting size to them now finally. They should have been like this all year.